Hello and welcome to another Pokemon stream. I'm just gonna vamp for a bit until people start trickling in. Or maybe I'll get started soon, I don't know. If you joined this live, hi Guillermo Rosas. If you joined this live looking for the same kind of energy I had when Ethan and Johnny Flynn were on opening Pokemon card packs, you've come to the wrong place, because that chaotic energy will not be replicated with me doing these solo. That said, hopefully I'll get to have them back soon. Hello, Red Arrow 88. But for now, I'm going to go for a bit more of a cozy vibe. What up, Strife? So, sit back, relax, have some tea, enjoy some cozy weather, check out Poutine as she walks by, and let's open some Pokemon cards. Hey, Barm. Barm, what are you doing? You're at the show. Robert Schmeitz, people joining me. This is fun. This is exciting. Welcome to my Pokemon card stream, for those who just joined. We can go back to showing these off. If anyone wants them, you can have them. I don't want them. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe is the correct way to do this. Yes. Alright, let's get into it. Oh, these are Chilling Rain packs, by the way. I also have a tin that I want to dig into. I'll probably do a couple of these Chilling Rain packs and then dig into that tin. I'm not sure what sets are in it. I'm sure it tells me, but I haven't looked. A welcoming lantern. That's what that is. Oh yeah, I should be telling you what these are. That's fine. Clara, she's a great character. Probably the best character from Sword and Shield, in my opinion. Larvestar. Mareep. Whoa, cool looking Heracross. Clobopus. Some of these new ones that I have trouble remembering. Grookey, hell yeah. Defy and new, I sleep. New Pokemon unboxing, oh hell yeah. Fuck yeah, Parm. You're the best. This is a shiny Porygon too. That's exciting. I definitely don't have one of these yet, so that's cool. And the rare Weavile. Nice. That's cool. Unfortunately, I was not able to get a hold of any of the new Celebration set yet. I did pre-order, gosh, what was it? It was one of the boxes that has like a pin, I think. So that's coming. It's on its way. So probably I'll open that on the next stream. And then, I've always got my eyes out looking for those cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the wild, but obviously there's like the Pokemon craze, and then there's the craze for the new Celebration set, which is like celebrating the 25th anniversary. So obviously there's not going to be any cards for a while. Oh, Porygon. Yeah. Right? Super cool, right? Whoa, what are these? Justified Gloves. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to does 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Nice. Yeah, so with the normal Pokemon craze and then the Celebrations craze on top of that, I'm probably not going to find any of those in the wild. Hey, look, another Porygon too. This one's not shiny though. Hey, what's up, Rook? Furfrou. They just added this in Pokemon Go. You can do a bunch of different hairstyles with it. What is this? Venipede. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get my hands on some more of those for the next stream, because that set looks dope. There are some dope cards that they're like bringing back and what is this? Crabrawler. Some that they're bringing back, and then like some really cool special ones like Pikachu and stuff, like special Pikachu. Newest gen, I mean, the cards don't really go by gen, they're more by sets. It's not the newest set, if that's what you're asking. I was just talking about how I was not able to get a hold of any of the newest set for this stream because they're so few and far between, and I didn't feel like waiting in line at Target or fighting anybody for them. So I'm sure that they'll restock soon. This is the rare, by the way, Ampharos. I'm sure they'll restock soon. I'm not worried about it. Let's dig into this tin. It's a Tyranitar tin. It says, in this tin you'll find one of 2 foil Pokemon V cards, Tyranitar V or Empoleon V. Oh, I opened the Empoleon one on the, not the last stream, but the last solo stream I did. What else do we have? 5 Pokemon TCG booster packs and a code for the I don't care about the code. Let's dig into it. So it does not say what sets they're from. So, who knows? Yeah, it's a great tin. I also love buying the tins because it's a nice place to store the cards. And so I don't have to like put them in a box or something. Get this out of here. Now there's sticky stuff. Sorry, hang on. Get the sticky stuff off. Okay. Let's dig into it. Let's see what we can find. Izzy, you're supposed to be watching the show too. Okay. How do I even... How do I get it out of here? Oh, it's on the back. Okay. So, here's the code for whoever wants it. Thank you. Thank you, Brooke. Speaking of collections, this isn't really like a collection, but it's a big thing for me. It's a collector's item. This is from the new Vans horror movie set of clothes and apparel, and I bought too much from that, and it glows in the dark. It's very cool. Apparently you can't get them anymore because they sold out so quickly, and I'm definitely not one of the kinds of people who does that normally. You can see Poutine. Poutine. Hi, baby. What you doing? Are you investigating Waluigi? Oh, you can't even see Waluigi. There, Waluigi's hanging out. That's her new boyfriend. What is Waluigi? I just got him today. Okay, I guess she's done. Let's get Waluigi in frame. There we go. Don't fight. Don't hit your boyfriend. That's domestic abuse. Look at her. What are you doing, miss? Wow. Wow. That's not how you treat your boyfriend, miss. Anyway, let's get back to the cards. This is Tyranitar V, the one that came with the tin. You know, the one from the tin. What else did we get? Okay, so the packs are Battle Styles, Darkness Ablaze, which does not sound familiar, and then 2 Sword and Shield packs, which if I remember from the last tin, I think these are like almost identical packs. So, but let's mix it up a little bit. So we'll do like a Battle Styles, a Sword and Shield, a Darkness Ablaze, a Battle Styles, and a Sword and Shield. So that way it's kind of mixed up. And let's dig into it. It is the season of horror, Brooke. I've been doing... Thank you for the segue. I've been doing my 31 movies in 31 days, where I watch 31 spooky seasonal movies in 31 days. I recently, 1, 2, 3, 4, watched through the Fear Street series on Netflix. My friends have been raving about it, and were trying to get me to watch it as they were coming out, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll just wait. I think I'll just save it for October, and I did. And I'm kind of glad I did, because it was nice to watch them all in a row, instead of having to wait like a month or whatever between them, because I feel like I probably would have forgot what happened. But I liked them. They're good. The second one's the best one. Was that 2 spoinks that I pulled? The first card was a spoink too, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. I'm imagining things. Forget me. Oh, I saw the spoink before I moved the cards to the front. That's why I was having deja vu. Galarian Mr. Mime. But yeah, I watched Fear Street. I watched 30 Days of Night for the first time, which I actually I recently read the comic for the first time, and I didn't know the comic came first. I thought I was reading a comic adaptation of a movie. I didn't realize that the comic came first. But I liked them both. The movie and the comic are both good. I enjoyed them. The movie is like peak mid to late 2000s horror. It's just got that vibe. It's not like cringy early 2000s horror, but it's still got like remnants of that. It's good. Okay, this is the rare card. Victini. Wait, I have this exact Victini. I wonder... No, there's no way that it's like weird duplicate stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just having too much deja vu. Ronimal! What's up, Ron? I saw him earlier today. I feel like I'm like gaslighting myself into thinking that I opened all these packs before or something. I don't know what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've also been playing a little fast and loose with the rules of my 31 movies in 31 days, because I also watched a couple of Disney Plus specials that aren't really movies. What's up, Ron? That aren't really movies. They're like 50 minutes long. But you know what? It's my thing, and I wanted to watch Lego Star Wars Spooky Tales or whatever. Who doesn't love Pokemon cards? Linoon. This is new. This is good. That'll help me with my collection. Pokemon, what was I saying? I don't remember. Yeah, but I watched like Lego Star Wars Spooky Stories or something like that, and last night I watched Muppet Haunted Mansion. That's what it was. And they were both fine. Fine enough. But I'm glad I watched them. Oh, Galarian Ponyta, My Little Pony Pokemon. Whoa, dang, man. So, part of the reason I started getting back into Pokemon cards again is because the whole reason I love Pokemon so much is the collecting aspect. Like, oh, nice! Reboot? Hell yeah! That's something that I need for my collection, too. Okay, this is the rare. That's not very exciting. I mean, it's a nice card. The whole reason I love Pokemon is the collecting aspect. Like, I have a living Pokedex in Pokemon Home, and it's one of my proudest achievements. And so, like, part of the reason I started getting back into Pokemon cards is just because I have a binder of all the Pokemon in order. Well, not all, because my collection isn't complete. But I have a binder that is intended to have, this is upside down, that is intended to have one card of every Pokemon in it, like a Pokedex. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I almost have all 150. And I was like, if I could just get the first 150, that's fine. But I also don't want to cheat and just buy them. I'd rather unpack them. Jaden, I was wondering if you were going to show up. Ronimal, what is my favorite Pokemon? That is a very tough question. There's a lot of different ways that I could answer. Like, favorite overall Pokemon of all time is Bulbasaur. Before, if you asked me a few years ago, probably like 7 years ago, I would have said Blaziken, because it's a fiery fighting chicken and it's just so rad. And it's still one of my favorites. But I've really grown to love Bulbasaur again. So I gotta say Bulbasaur is my favorite of all time. But then you can also dig into like, well, what's your favorite Pokemon of each gen? Because there's just, there's like 800, 900 of these things. So it's hard to like pick a favorite. But Bulbasaur is definitely my favorite. For sure. Oh gosh, what was I saying about cards? Oh yeah. So, I'm only missing like 3, I think, of the original 150. Hey, another Tyranitar. That's weird. Okay, this is the rare. And it is Gliscopod, which I don't think I have. So that's nice. That works out. But yeah, I want to at least have the original 150. Charizard. Mewtwo's pretty cool. Yeah, I get that. Mewtwo was my favorite for a while. For when I was like, just started out playing the games, Mewtwo was definitely one of my favorites. Just because it was so weird and there was so much mystery around it. Everyone's uncle who works at Nintendo was telling them theories and stuff. No, so I said at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4. So sorry for the people hearing this again. I tried to get some celebration stuff, and it's just not possible to find in the wild. I didn't feel like going out on Friday, so I shot myself in the foot by not going out and at least trying in person. I did pre-order one of the like boxes that has a pin in it. I think I get that like next week or something, but that's all I've been able to get my hands on so far. I'm sure they'll do a restock eventually. I'm not super worried about it, but I rolled through Target earlier today and it was, just barren. It was like it was a few months ago where there was just no Pokemon cards at all, which is to be expected. Least favorite Pokemon? That's a good question. That's a tough thing because I know a lot of people have like Pokemon that they hate. Like there's a lot of people who hate 5th gen Pokemon, like the Ice Cream, and I think the Gear is 5th gen, and like Garbodor. I love those Pokemon. I think they're hilarious. And actually, I really like Garbodor specifically, I think is really cool. And I like the idea of what they did with 5th gen. They specifically kind of like wanted a soft reboot for the series. And so originally in Black and White, you couldn't catch any Pokemon except for 5th gen Pokemon until after you beat the Elite Four, I think. Okay, here's the rare. Boom. Another one of these. See, I feel like these are predetermined. I feel like I'm being worked here. You know what, honestly, and I hate saying this, one of my least favorites, I'm not going to say it's my least favorite, but one of them might be Charizard because it's so popular and especially loved by Nintendo. Like, it's just like, it gets 2 Mega Evolutions, while Venusaur and Blastoise each get 1. And, like, the only other one that has 2 Mega Evolutions is Mewtwo, so, like, super OP, super fan servicey. It's just not for me. Because I'm not like I don't judge Pokemon by their designs. Because there are some dumb designs out there, but I still think they're fun. I love making fun of Gurdurr and Conkeldurr, and I don't remember Timburr. Timburr's the first one. I think they're funny. I think the name's funny. I think the designs are funny. Like, I'm not gonna knock a Pokemon for a bad name or a bad design. There's 900 of these things. There's gonna be some bad ones. But yeah, Charizard bugs me because it steals the limelight from Bulbasaur. And Bulbasaur's the best. The ghost Pokemon and Magikarp. I love Magikarp. And Slowpoke. I love the dumb Pokemon. Yeah, they are blue-collar workers. They work very hard. They're very, very hard workers. Gosh. I'm trying to think of any other Pokemon that I might not like. I really don't think... I kind of don't like some of the pseudo-legendaries. But again, it's for the same reason. Of like... And for those who don't know, pseudo-legendaries are like Dragonite. Tyranitar's one. They're like usually dragons that are later on in the Pokedex of their respective gens, and they're very powerful, but not as powerful as legendaries. That's why they're called pseudo-legendaries. So like Haxorus, Timber is a god tier name. It's so great. Conkeldurr is my favorite. Conkeldurr is so funny to me. But like Haxorus kind of bugs me because it's like kind of a weird design, and even the story like around it. Favorite Pokemon, one of your new favorite Pokemon cards. That's a really good question. Gosh. Well, this Skorupi is really cool. That's a very hard thing to answer because there's a lot of cards, and I usually tend to like the ones that look more hand drawn, or there's also the really cool. Okay, I had a reboot in the other one, and it was shiny. These are predetermined. I'm being worked. Okay, at least this wasn't the same. But yeah, like I really like these hand-drawn cards, and there's like, I say this on every single stream, there's these really cool clay cards where like someone will make an actual clay figure, and I follow this person on Twitter, and I say that every time too, but they're just so cool. They make an actual clay figure, and they take a picture of it. It's just a photograph of like a little mini clay figure, and they're so cool. I'm sure one of them will pop up. But I just love them so much. It's so cool. Does the holographic card get your attention as far as favorite card types? Not really, because the holographics are random. Like it's not like a specific thing. The things I really like are the full art cards, which obviously because they're meant to be like special, but like the full art cards like this guy and the Victini I pulled earlier, those are cool. Those are the things that I'm like, yes, those might be worth money, or there might be value in those. But I also haven't sold any Pokemon cards since I started doing this. I keep meaning to, but I haven't. And I don't even use the VMAX cards in my decks when I play, because I play so casually. I also don't really understand how they work, so it's just not even worth to have. The original Zapdos card is super cool. I know exactly what you're talking about, Ron, and I love it. That's upside down. There we go. I can actually picture the original Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres cards. They're so rad. And the original Mewtwo card, like I'm picturing them right now. I have I can show off. You know what? This is my stream. We're gonna do some fun stuff. This is like my rare book. This is like the cards that are like, I'm like, these are really cool, or these are really rare, or special, and so I'm gonna keep them in like a separate binder from everything else. So it's like a little mini binder, and it's Pokemon. I got it from another, like when I've had like phases. So like as a kid, obviously Pokemon cards were a huge thing until they got banned at my school, and then I got really back into it in college. My roommate in college, shout out to Rowan, who's supposed to be here, but she probably forgot, and I was probably supposed to remind her, but whatever. She taught me how to play because I'd never played before. I just collected them, and so I got this when I was in college for sure. And now this is like my third wave of Pokemon cards. Anyway, look at this Charizard I have. That's a shiny Charizard. What else do I have? Detective Pikachu. I think I have 2 Detective Pikachus. I do. 2 Detective Pikachus. This is unheard of. We're entering new territory. I have 3 Detective Pikachus in here. And they're all different. I have 3 Detective Pikachus. One of them is definitely from when I actually went and saw the movie in person. I don't know which one though. I got another Pikachu. I've got so many Pikachus. Because that's all they do with Pikachu, right? Is like, it's just all the promo cards. Whenever they release a promo card, it's Pikachu. These are 2 separate promotions. Because this one has like a little thing. This is from Build-A-Bear. My partner and I went and got her a Build-A-Bear Pikachu, and we got this card for it. And then this is just a different card. I don't remember where this one came from. And more Pikachu promo cards. This is from the 3rd movie. Pokemon the Movie 3, I think is what it's called. Or Pokemon 3 the Movie. The naming was always weird with those movies. Shiny Magikarp. I just really like the Dark Machamp. Zapdos. And this Ditto is so cool. I want more dittos like this. I'm trying not to like reflect it so you see yourselves, or I guess you would just see me again. A Japanese, I don't know why this is in here. A Japanese Dragonite and this cool Mewtwo. Yeah, Ancient Mew is one of my favorites, for sure. And this is the original Mewtwo card I was thinking of. I love this Ancient Mew card. It's so cool. This is... Right? That Mewtwo's so cool. Oh, maybe this is the card that came with the third one. Maybe this came with, like, the DVD or something. I don't know why I have this Tyranitar in here. Or, not Tyranitar, Typhlosion, sorry. Shiny Altaria. And, okay, this one is, like, my prized possession. Because it's a Shining Tyranitar, so shiny. But then it also has an error on it. It has, in the flavor text down at the bottom, it says, it is so powerful, it can knock down a mountain with just one arm. It's supposed to say just, there's an H instead of a J, it's got a typo, and it's a Shining Tyranitar, it's shiny, it's so great. It's just the best. I've heard that this one is worth some money, I don't know. And then this guy, yeah, most of my full art cards go in here. There's this thing. I don't really, again, I don't like trainers very much, so like, I'm totally willing to just sell these eventually, probably. These are cool, you know, and then once we get into the back stuff, these are like McDonald's promotions. Hey Misha, what's up? These are like McDonald's promotions from when Gen 5 came out. I definitely went and bought the toys so I could get the cards. And just because I was like hyped for Pokemon, like you do. Gen 5 is kind of what got me back into Pokemon. I got back in right before. I started, I completely missed Gen 4 for the most part. I didn't play Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum at all until way later. But then when they released Heart Gold and Soul Silver, look at this one. Super cool. When they released Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I definitely wanted to play that. So I got back into it. And I actually think I had to buy a DS so that I could play it, because I didn't have a DS. That was, the DS era was when I was like, well, I'm done with that kitty shit. I don't like Pokemon. That's not cool. Yeah, and then now we're just kind of like going through like random rares that I don't really care about. Full art stuff. I think this one's probably worth something. I don't know. Oh, I got this promo from ordering some Pokemon Go gear from the Pokemon website for like the anniversary, I think, or something. And yeah, and that's the professor from Pokemon Go. So that's cool. And that is all. That was fun. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I had to buy a DS because I didn't have one. When Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, I got Heart Gold. And then Gen 5 was when I was hooked. I was hooked back again with Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And then Gen 5 came out and I was like, I am in this again. Let's go. But yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that. So let's just go through another pack. Let's bring the energy back down. I got a little excited there for a minute. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, what other horror movies? Tonight, I think I'm going to watch Spiral from the Book of Saw. I'm sure that it's not going to be great. But I'm intrigued by whatever they're going to do with the story. I love the story of Saw a lot. I think it's very fun. I think that I think it's 3, 4, and 5 are... Or it might be 2. No, I think it's 3, 4, and 5. The story they do with that is just like, mwah. It's so good. This is what I was talking about earlier. I'm after some of those gold trainers, mainly trying to fill. See, man, I don't know how you have the patience for trying to fill a set. I used to do that with Magic cards, and I don't think I could do it with Pokemon cards. And with Magic cards, I was very much like, I need to buy them. I'm just gonna like go out and buy individual ones, because like that's what you needed to do if you're playing in tournaments anyway. So to go off subject and go talk about Magic for a bit. When I was playing in tournaments with Magic, there were literally cards that people would be like, I'm gonna put like a few blue mana in my deck just so I can use this one card because it's so powerful, and center my deck around it. And so like whoa, what is this thing? That's cool. Impact Energy. This card can only be attached to a single strike Pokemon. I don't think it's like super special. I think it's just, yeah, it's an uncommon. It's just shiny and looks really pretty. So like if you're playing in the tournament scene in Magic, you had to buy individual cards, or you couldn't be competitive, or just buy a ton of packs and hope you got the right cards. This is the rare card, by the way. What a letdown of a rare card. No offense, Slurpuff. But yeah, so like I would just, with Magic cards, I would just buy the sets. But yeah, gosh, I just don't know how you have the patience, Jaden. I am impressed. Hats off to you, sir. I'm just doing this to try to find some of the cards I don't have in my collection, and then make decks out of the rest to play with my partner, because that's the only person I really play Pokemon with. Which is totally fine. It's a good time. Oh, what's happening here? What is this? Path to the Peak. Pokemon with a rule box in play? Both yours and your opponent's have no abilities? I don't know what any of this means. Oh, Pokemon V, Pokemon GX, etc. have rule boxes. This is complicated. This is why I mostly just play with like the old cards in my decks, because the new rules confuse the shit out of me. I'll play with like the newer cards, but like if they have complicated text, no. I'm not messing with those new rules. Speaking of Magic, whoa, what's the scan code thing you keep tossing? Oh, so you can play this game online. You can play the Pokemon card game online, and if you scan that code, it unlocks a virtual pack in that game. I don't play the game, so I figure I'll show it off, and if somebody does play the game, they can take a snapshot of that, and then they get a free pack, and it doesn't go to waste. Hopefully. That's the idea, at least. Speaking of Magic, I also recently purchased some of the newest Magic set. Gosh, so many cool shiny energies. And it's D&D themed. Oh, this feels like a good card. This is the rare. I can feel it. Whoa. Galarian Slowking. I love this guy. It's not like super impressive or exciting or anything. Oh, it's shiny though, at least. That's cool. I love Galarian Slowking. It might be my favorite regional form. That's probably not true. That's a fun thing. So, for the people who aren't following Pokemon or haven't followed Pokemon recently, they started doing a thing called like regional variants, where they'll take old Pokemon and give them a new look and new typing based on, essentially the idea is like, it's like a kind of like a new way to evolve. Like if they evolve in different climates, they change. So like Vulpix becomes ice type instead of fire type, because it, in the region that the regional variance is, it lives on a cold mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they started doing that. That's why this Slowking looks different than like a normal Slowking, and why it's called Galarian Slowking. So now I'm trying to think of if that is actually my favorite regional variant. There's a lot of cool ones. I really like Alolan Execute. Alolan Execute is essentially a very tall palm tree, because it lives in what is essentially Hawaii for the Pokemon universe. So it gets a ton of sun and a ton of water, and it just grows and grows and grows. And it gets a new typing. It becomes Grass Dragon, which people get mad about the dragon typing, but I think it's cool. Surfetched is also really, really cool. Yeah, Surfetched might be my favorite. Farfetch'd is fighting type in the Galar region and just carries like a big club around, but it evolves now into Surfetch'd, which is like a knight. So the leek that it normally carries around becomes a sword. And he's got like a gallant knight look, he raises his eyebrow like, I'm so cool. He's great. He's really great. I was also going to say I really like the Zigzagoon line. Zigzagoon was originally just a normal type that evolved into Linoon, and it was just like the throwaway normal type of 2nd gen. But they made it Dark Gen for Galar, and then it evolves into Obstagoon that looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss. And literally he has like his tongue is sticking out too. Oh, Sawsbuck. I don't think I have a Sawsbuck yet, so that's exciting. And the rare is... Oh, fuck yeah! That's awesome! Holy shit. I was just talking about how much I love Blaziken. That's so cool. Very, very exciting. That's awesome. That's such a cool pull. I don't even care if it's worth anything. It's so cool. That's awesome. What a cool card. That's rad. Very happy about that. What do we got left? I'm not worried about it. Full art! See? Yeah. Very exciting. Very, 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 very exciting. Hopefully I can get a couple more of those. There's the code, and there goes. 1, 2, 3. What if I was magic? What if I could do magic, and I would just like, here's the card, and then boop, it's gone. I wish I could do magic. I saw a cool magician on the internet recently. I follow him on Instagram, and he is very funny. And I have a lot of respect for magicians as professionals because they're like wrestlers. It's like wrestling of like, I just want to know how it's done. I'm so intrigued by how it's done, but also I'm intrigued by how they present it and control the crowd and like manipulate the crowd into like not paying attention to a thing, or like they create a whole experience. It's not just the trick. Oh yeah, sorry. Magicians, not Magic the Gathering. Like this guy would create like a bunch of chaos by doing a bunch of things that didn't matter and didn't pertain to the trick, and kind of like just created confusion essentially. And then so like everyone's confused, nobody knows what's happening, and then suddenly the reveal, which is the big payoff for the trick of like, oh my god, he did a thing. And I just love that. And that's why I love stand-up comedians too, is like their ability to control a crowd's expectations and take them on a journey and then leave them reacting at the end is just so cool. And that's what I love about wrestling, is being able to take people on a journey, and then the idea is that eventually something can click in their head and be like, oh, whoa, that's what was happening. That's why a lot of my matches now, I'm pulling the curtain back, giving it away for free. I went through a phase, and I still kind of, well, I don't wrestle right now on shows anyway, but like the thing that I enjoy doing in matches is setting up things to pay off later. And you see it all the time. If you watch wrestling a lot, you start to understand, well, that's going to come into play later. Chekhov's steel chair or whatever, or Chekhov's table. Like, they're not going to set that thing up and then not do anything with it. Something's going to happen. And my favorite part of those kinds of things is when they go away from it for a really long time and you just forget it's there. And then when it finally happens, boom! Big reveal. So like I went through a phase. There was a really fun match I had with Cody Chun on a random show in Portland where we like built a whole match around, again, pulling the curtain back, wrestling's not real. Where we built a whole match around that dumb finger thing where you like grab the fingers and you snap them or whatever. I built a whole story around me trying to do that to him, and he kept countering it, and then finally he got me with it, and that's what led to the finish. It was great. It was very fun. I love doing stuff like that. Oh, what's this? Glade? That's exciting. I don't think I have a Glade. Maybe I do, but definitely not a shiny one. So that's cool. And that means this is the rare. I got a good feeling about it. Oh, my feeling was wrong. It's just a Pissimian. Although, he does have a Sobble, so that's neat. Let me drink some tea real quick. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, I just respect magicians a lot. And I think they get a bad rap. Boom. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also watched *Malignant* recently. Oh, I shouldn't have even brought it up because I can't even really say anything about it because any spoilers, like I feel like anything I say is spoilers. I feel like you just have to go in. You can watch the trailer. Obviously, the trailer doesn't give anything away. I watched the trailer before I watched it. But I can't say anything. It's interesting. It's really, really weird. I guess that's all I can say. But you should watch it for the experience because it was interesting. It was so weird. I'm not saying it was bad or anything. It's just it confused me. It left me with not questions, but like a lot to process afterwards. I think I love this Inkay, and I say that. Midsummer also left me with a lot to think about, but in a completely different way. Hey, Darno. So Midsummer, I remember I went and saw it on my own. I just went to the theater and just like on like a Sunday. Aw, thank you. You're amazing and adorable too. I appreciate you so much. That was so nice. Thank you. I went to the theater solo on like a Sunday and went and saw Midsummer, and I remember walking out of the theater and I was just like kind of numb. I was like, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to feel. I was processing so much. This is the rare. What is this? A Seviper? That's cool. Did you like the Raichu card? I can picture the Raichu card. I like the Raichu card a lot. I can totally picture the Alakazam. It took me a minute, but I'm picturing it. Yeah, all of those original cards were so cool. I try to, even with my collection now, like, I try to have as many of the original cards. That's why the collections set or Celebrations, that's what it's called. That's why the Celebration set is so cool, because they bring back a bunch of those old cards. It's so awesome. Oh, gosh. It's so cool. Jaden, if you're still here, I haven't watched your video yet. But it's so cool. Gosh, it's so cool. Such a cool set. I'm super jealous of that birthday Pikachu thing. So many cool cards in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, so Malignant left me with a lot to think about, but it wasn't like, it didn't, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't have me thinking like Midsummer, but it had me more of like, what the fuck did I just watch? I guess, is that. That's all. That's all I will say about it, because I feel like anything else spoils it. Which is how I felt about Cabin in the Woods, which is probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time, because it's like, spoiler alert for Cabin in the Woods, which came out like almost a decade ago, I feel like. It's like every horror movie put into one. It's such a fun love letter to the horror genre that like, just so good. So good. Funny, but also a good horror story. And just like the way they explain tropes. I love when people like find or like acknowledge the tropes that exist and like find a reason for them. I love that kind of meta commentary. I also like it when tropes are subverted. So like you set up the expectation of a trope and then subvert it. I really enjoy that too. I enjoy acknowledging tropes, which I think Marvel does a lot, but they overdo it. So then acknowledging the trope becomes the trope, which becomes a whole thing, and that's pretty much what the MCU is now. Is just acknowledging the tropes that they established. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Hey, another Gallade. That's weird. And this is a different one, right? No, this is the same one. It's just not shiny. That's weird. That's super weird. Super duper weird. Hey, Jenny. Here's the thing. And we get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my deck's upside down. Here we go. Trope. Okay, man. Easy, Tiger. Don't try to start nothing in my Instagram live. Oh, that's right. I was talking about Marvel and the MCU. I love the MCU. But it definitely becomes a symptom of Marvelness that specifically happened after Guardians of the Galaxy. After Guardians of the Galaxy was so popular, all of the movies just became Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, specifically, I remember watching Thor Ragnarok and being like, this is just Guardians of the Galaxy. They're doing all of the exact things that they would do. Like, anytime they built up tension, they would find some joke to insert to diffuse it. Specifically, I'm thinking of like near the end when the final battle's happening and Bruce Banner's like jumping out of the ship and expecting Hulk to show up, and there's like, it's playing the heroic fanfare, and then he just like lands on the Rainbow Bridge as Bruce Banner because the Hulk didn't come out, and it's like, it's the big build up and then the wah wah essentially, and that's become the new Marvel trope. And they did it with the new Star Wars movies too. Yeah. I don't remember a lot of Doctor Strange, but I remember it definitely had its Guardians of the Galaxy moments. And again, they're all great. I love all of the MCU stuff. But it's just acknowledging the things that it does. It's like Pokemon. It's like how I was talking about, like, there are Pokemon that I don't hate Pokemon. I just acknowledge that they're goofy. This is the rare. Oh, a Volcarona. I don't think I have that. Oh gosh. Okay. We're gonna start winding down soonish. We're almost at the hour mark. I'll probably do a couple more packs. Like 2 or 3 more packs. And then I'm gonna read my newest poem. Which is, appropriately themed around fall. It's the one that I released most recently on my podcast, Champion Shipping. If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and check it out anywhere podcasts are found. I have a lot of fun doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also a very short listen usually. It's like less than 10 minutes. Generally. Sometimes it bumps up to 15, but it's not very long. It's mostly just me talking and then reading a poem and then talking again. But it's a fun little thing. But yeah, I'll read that poem. It's called Spicing Things Up. So that's a tease for later. Layer on. So, funny story about Layer on. This is, nobody's gonna care about this. I was grinding in, what game was it? Oh, it was in Alpha Sapphire. The remake of Sapphire, like Ruby and Sapphire. I was grinding in Victory Road before I went and fought the Elite Four. Grinding. And I run into a Lairon, and it's shiny. And I was like, holy shit. And this is like, I hadn't beat the game yet, so I was still just working off normal shiny luck, which is very, very uncommon. Because there's a charm that you can get that makes, once you beat finish the Pokedex, there's a charm that makes shinies more common. Like it reduces, or it increases the odds that you will find a shiny. But this was like normal odds, in the wild, shiny, and I wasn't even in there for very long. It was like the second Pokemon I ran into. Anyway, I caught it, still got it. It's in Pokemon Home. That's the funny story about Lairon. So whenever I think about Lairon, like I didn't even think about Lairon at all before. Hello? Only shiny for cause of the red Gyarados. Oh, I have a ton of shinies. But that's just because I play so much. Like it's just a numbers game. There's also a lot of shinies that they just give you in some of the games. I have a shiny Haxorus. I think it's from Black, I want to say, Black version. That like after you beat like everything, you can just go find it and it's just standing there waiting for you to interact with it, like a legendary. This is the rare card. Whoa! That's a cool Gengar. That's super cool. So yeah, and especially now that you can send Pokemon from Go to Home, that it's so easy to get shinies now. Cause like today was Community Day for Duskull. I didn't get a chance to play very much, so I only caught 2 shinies. But on a normal Community Day, I'll purposely catch enough so I have a shiny of each stage, and then a shiny of each stage to send over to Home. So like if someone's trying to make a shiny living dex, it's totally doable now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was doable before, but like you'd have to sink a ton of time in. I would not. That is not an endeavor that I'm seeking to undertake, but it's totally possible. I have like 2 boxes of shinies full, I think. Two boxes full of shinies. But again, that's just because I've been playing so much. I've finished every Pokedex since Gen 3. No, that's not true. Because I didn't finish Gen 4's Pokedexes. I played Platinum eventually. But I've pretty much, probably every game since Gen 5, I've finished the Pokedex. And so, it's just a numbers game. Eventually you're going to get to them. And now it's super easy, like I said. I have, and they made it easier in Let's Go. In the Let's Go games, you can chain Pokemon. So like if you run into like, say a Geodude. If you run into a Geodude and then catch it, and then run into another Geodude, and then catch it, and then run into another Geodude, there's a chain that the game keeps track of, and that starts making, the more you chain, the more likely rarer Pokemon are to show up. And you can do this enough so eventually, like, if you do it in the right place, legendary birds will just be flying above you, and you can fly up and battle them, like extra legendary birds. And it also reduces or increases the chance that you can run into shinies. So a lot of people did that. Oh wow, I got a Gardevoir too. So Gallade and Gardevoir. So a lot of people did that. I did a little bit, not a ton. I got a couple shinies out of it. I also had friends who were just like, hey, I have this shiny, do you want it? A lot of my friends breed for Ivy. They do like Ivy and Eevee stuff, and that's, it's not for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not into the Pokemon metagame at all. But I have friends who are, and so as a symptom of them doing that, they end up running into shinies. So like I've had people give me shiny Machops and shiny Poliwags and yada yada. Like, that's just how it is, I guess. I'm very fortunate to have friends who will just give me shinies. Whoa. Fog Crystal. Hey, Berica. But yeah. I do have my Switch, but if I had Pokemon Home running right now, I'd pull up my my shiny boxes and show them to you. I think I posted them on social media before. I also do every single event. There's only like 2 events ever that I've missed. When you would like go to GameStop and then turn on your DS and like download from there. I missed like 2 events, and it was I think Shiny Dialga and Shiny Palkia is what I missed. Otherwise, I do like every event. Every GameStop event, every Toys R Us event when that existed. Best Buy, I think, used to do some events. And now they're just codes, which makes it easier. So I do a lot of those. You can also, I've done this thing where you can trick your DS into thinking it's gonna download an event and download the event for like Gen 5 games. Any of the original DS era, I think you can do. This is a very cool card. I got distracted because I was telling you stuff, but this is a cool card. These are the kinds of cards I like. And this is the rare, boom. What is this? Zangoose. But yeah, there's a trick where you can like, I don't even remember, you like trick the IP or something into thinking that it's downloading an event from when those games were live. And I did that recently. Not recently, like a couple years ago. I just went through and did all of the events. Someone on Reddit posted about it. And I went through and did it. Most of them I had already done, so now I just have duplicates of stuff. I also use that for trading fodder to get shinies. If I'm like, there's a shiny or a legendary. That's how I finished my my living Pokedex, is I have so many legendaries and so many shinies that if I have extra of stuff, I put it up for trade and be like, like if I'm asking for like a version legendary, say, like Zacian and Zamazenta, is really hard for me to, or even more recently, the new Reggies, Regieleki and, what's the other one? Regidrago. I picked Regidrago, so I was looking for Regieleki, and, because you can only get one. So I just put up like one of my random legendaries that I have like 5 of into the trading thing, asking for a Regieleki, and got one eventually. But you have to put up stuff that people are looking for. But yeah, so I do a lot of Pokemon stuff. I'm really into Pokemon. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the cards. One more. Look at that. Look how many we got through. And this is all I have left sticking around the house. We're gonna save these for a later date. So probably on the next one, we'll get through all of these. And that box that I ordered, that little collector's box or whatever they're called. We'll probably open those. And maybe, if I'm lucky enough to find any in the wild, I'll pick them up. And we'll be ready to open them next time. And for now, let's finish this up with a poem. As I said before, this one is called Spicing Things Up. Pumpkin, she heard him call, while she was gathering up her things. His voice echoed down the hall and plucked on her heartstrings. They'd been together so long, things weren't boring per se, but something felt wrong on this cool autumn day. I've got a surprise for you, his voice sounded once more. She didn't have a clue what he had in store. As she came down the stairs, her heart skipped a beat. She was walking on airs and was feeling the heat. Tall and dark stood her man, and beside him coyly posed a woman with a plan, her playful smirk exposed. I've brought home a third, said her Joe with a devilish flair. The idea wasn't absurd. It had been approached with care. Hello, my name is Spice, said the beauty with glassy skin. Her red freckles were so nice, and her hair was red as sin. There were many things to say. This would fill all their cups. Pumpkin liked her a latte, and it was time to spice things up. And that's the origin story of the pumpkin spice latte. To close out the night, thank you everybody who joined me tonight. I had a lot of fun with this. It was very low key, very good energy. I appreciate all of you for joining me. If you enjoyed this and want to catch more of me, follow me at all the places. You're already on my Instagram, at NickIsRadford. If you found me by accident, give me a follow. Check me out on other platforms. Same name on Twitter and elsewhere. Check out my website, NickIsRadford.com, where I write a monthly blog and a random blog about comics that comes out sometimes, and a blog about D&D that comes out. There's one of them. I haven't written any more, but they're coming out eventually. And I think that's all I have to plug. Thank you, and good night.